covering news that matters. Fox 23 News at 6 starts right now.
There's an effort at the state capitol to make racetracks and racing events immune to noise complaint lawsuits. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nathan Thompson.
And I'm Shay Rozzi. The change would impact people who live near drag strips and racetracks. Supporters say it's needed legal protection for a growing industry here in Oklahoma. Fox 23's Devin Lyon joins us in studio with this newly filed legislation. Devin, you also talked to a legal expert about the proposed changes.
Oklahoma is home to several different types of racing and racing events. Two major ones were just hosted in Tulsa this month. There's an economic benefit, but there's also changes to property rights that landowners need to be aware of.
It's to protect racetracks in a sense that the complaints that a lot of them receive.
Gerald Brand is one of the racing engine builders behind the Right to Race bill, which he hopes protects racetracks from noise complaint lawsuits. The bill is written by State Senator Kendall Sachiri.
I hate to say that we need this. Unfortunately, there have been racetracks that have gotten shut down for these very reasons.
Here's what it does. Anyone living within 3 miles of a racetrack, drag strip, or licensed racing event cannot file a noise complaint lawsuit unless they own the property before the track was there, and as long as the track is following the law.
When they built a racetrack, they got a permit, got all the legal documents, put a racetrack in, and had been operating the facility, and then housing additions or businesses started encroaching on their facility, and then the complaints start rolling in. And the next thing that happens is the facility gets shut down because of the noise, the complaints.
At Tulsa's Expo Square and Tulsa Raceway Park, events like the Chili Bowl, Tulsa Shootout, and drag racing generate millions in revenue to the local economy. Sachiri and Brand say they need the legal framework to protect these events.
Just how much they generate within a weekend, it'd be crazy not to protect this industry.
Well, it does provide protections for the industry. What could happen is if somebody gets licensed, they open up a racetrack and that is very loud, and if somebody wants to stop that, they could purchase an adjacent property and try to shut it down through a nuisance action. Now that is going to be prohibited.
Tulsa attorney James Wirth says the change, if passed into law, would have implications to property owners that they need to be aware of.
They're going to have to be already have been there ahead of time if they're going to make a nuisance complaint. It does affect owners that are adjacent, though, because subsequent owners are not going to have that ability. That could reduce their ability to sell their property.
Brand and Sachiri say these legal guardrails are necessary and hope it promotes more racing business to come to the state.
It's not condoning any kind of bad thing. It just wants to protect people that want to invest in racing. Everything else, but just besides the racing, the machine shops, all the parts stores, the actual race car builders in the state, actually protects all of them to keep their business growing. If there's more racing facilities, the market is going to grow.
Now, Oklahoma did close 2 different racetracks at different fairgrounds over the last 2 decades due to noise complaints. This bill still has a long road ahead before any legal change comes to racetracks and properties around them. I'll have the full version of this bill for you on Fox23.com. Live in studio covering news that matters, Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.
A report from the Oklahoma Senate says the performance racing industry had a $440 million impact on the state in 2025. In 2026, one very big racing event is already in the books, and Chili Bowl organizers say it was a record turnout for them here in Tulsa.